Good morning everyone. Myself Shalil Hosmani, lecturer. I am giving the information about the third semester subject fabric structure. In that we have already discussed about the first unit yarn. Second unit is yarn twist and the yarn count. Today's session is yarn first session. You already know in the unit first definition of yarn, properties of yarn, classification of yarns, and detailed study of the simple yarns, novelty yarns, and spinning. What definition of spinning and the 4 types of spinning methods, their advantages and the disadvantages. So then today's is the yarn twist and the yarn count. What is yarn? Already you know that. What definition of the yarn according to the ASTM, that is American Society for Testing Materials. Yarn defined by American Society for Testing Materials ASTM. According to this, yarn is a generic term for a continuous strand of textile fibers, filaments or materials in the form suitable for knitting, weaving or otherwise intertwining to form a textile fabric. So, according to this, yarn is a generic term. It is a term for a continuous strand of a textile fibers. So, yarn is produced by using the fibers. This is a main raw material for the construction or manufacturing of the yarn. Any kind of the fibers may be used to form a yarn, that is any kind means whether the natural or the man-made fibers. According to that, the properties of the yarns also changes. You know that. And this yarn is used for the manufacturing of the fabric by using many methods like knitting, weaving, intertwining, that is braiding. Many methods are used for construction of the manufacture of the fabric. So yarn is very important for the textile industry. Yarn twist. What is a yarn twist? Twist binds the fibers together and contributes strength to the spun yarns. What is the spun? You know, spun and the filament. Spun is nothing but the spun or the staple, nothing but the short length fibers. So, length of the fiber will be short. That fibers are known as the spun, and the yarn produced from those fibers are known as the spun yarn. This twist binds the fibers together and contributes strength. So these fibers are given to twist, that is hold the fibers together, binds the fibers together and gives the strength to that fibers. The number of twists affects yarn and the product performance and yarn cost. So number of twists given to that yarn will affect the performance and the yarn cost. What are the objectives of the twist? First one is to hold the staple fibers together. Main objective of the twist is to hold the staple fibers together to form a continuous yarn. Second, to improve dynamometric properties like tenacity, elongation, modulus of elasticity and regularity. To improve the properties like these. Third one is to improve abrasion and home wage wear resistance. To improve the abrasion as well as the resistance. Fourth one is to modify structural properties affecting tactile characteristics like touch and appearance, that is creep effect, covering power, luster. These are the properties affected by these twists inserted in that yarn. Fifth one is to reduce the tendency of textured yarns to rotate in their own axis and to form the loops. To reduce the tendency to form their axis to form the loops. These are the objectives of the twist. So what are the objectives of the twist? You know, to hold the fibers together, to give strength and dynamic, to improve the properties, to improve the abrasion and the resistance, and to reduce the tendency of the textured yarns to rotate to form the loops. These are the objectives of the twist. Next is what is the importance of the twist? What is the importance of giving the twist in that yarn? The amount of twist is an important factor in finished consumer's goods. So amount of twist given to that yarn is a very important factor. It determines the appearance as well as the durability and serviceability of a fabric. So what is twist given in the yarn will determine the appearance as well as the durability and serviceability of the fabric. Appearance, whether it is a fine or the coarser, so durability, it is more durable or the less durable, and serviceability of that fabric. What is the how it is used for the next performance. Next is fine yarns requires more twist than the coarse yarns. So finer yarn requires more twist in the than the coarse yarn. So coarse means thicker yarns requires less twist than the finer yarns. To retain the twist in the yarns and prevent any tendency to untwist or kink, the yarns are given a twist setting finish with heat or moisture depending upon the kind of fiber used. To retain the twist in the yarn or prevent any tendency to untwist or kink, the yarns are given twist testing finish, that is the finishing processes is carried out to retain the twist in that yarn by using heat or the moisture depending on the kind of the fibers used. So according to the kind in the yarn, kind of the fibers used in the production of the yarn, we have to use the finishing process, twist setting finishing process with heat or the moisture. So depending on that we have to use the heat or the moisture settings. The direction of twist may be observed by holding the yarn in a vertical position. So if you want to observe the twist given to the yarn, you have to hold that yarn in a vertical position. Then only you can easily observe and identify the direction of the twist of the yarn by holding in a vertical position. If the spirals conform to the direction of the slope of the central part of the letter S, the yarn has a S twist. So by holding in a vertical position you can identify the twist, direction of the twist. How means you have to observe or to identify the direction of the slope of the central part of the letters S and the Z. If it has a slope of the central part of the S like this, slope means this one, central part this like this, it has a direction, then it has S twist. If they conform the slope of the letter, that is Z, if it conforms like this, central slope of the letter Z, it has a Z twist. So according to the slope of the central part of the letters S and the Z, you can identify whether it has a S or the Z twist. It is easy when we are holding in a vertical direction. So you can easily identify the type of the twist given to that yarn, whether it has a S twist or the Z twist. This is about the yarn twist. Next, yarn count. What is the yarn count then? In the spinning process, there is always a fixed relationship between the weight of the original quantity of fibers and the length of the yarn produced from that amount of raw material. So there is a relationship between the weight and the length, that is the weight of the original quantity of fiber and the length of the yarn produced. From that you can easily relationship between those. So this is identified in the spinning process. In the spinning process we are using the fibers, so maybe length maybe varies and the quantity, that is the weight, will be varied, and depending on that we have given the yarn count. This relation indicates the thickness of the yarn. So yarn count indicates what? Thickness of the yarn. It is determined by the extent of the drawing process and is designated by numbers, which is called the yarn count. So the relationship between the thickness and the length, that is weight and the length, indicates by using the numbers. This number is known as the yarn count. So yarn count is nothing but identifies the coarseness or the fineness. That is, it is a numerical expression of the, because it is indicated by the numbers, denoted by the numbers, it is a numerical expression of fineness or the thick coarseness of the yarn. So it is a yarn count. There is a relationship between the weight and the length. The International Organization for Standardization, ISO, fixed relationship between the weight and the length of all yarns. So there is a relationship between the weight and the length of the yarns according to the ISO, that is International Organization for Standardization. 1 tex equals 1 gram per kilometer. So 1 tex, what is the tex? 1 tex is equal to 1 gram per kilometer. The greater the weight, the thicker the yarn, and consequently the higher the tex number. Here there is a direct relationship, that is greater the weight. If the weight is more, the thicker the yarn. Thicker the yarn means coarser, and consequently higher the tex number. If that is a weight is high, the yarn will be coarser, thicker, and the tex number is also, that is yarn count, will be higher in this system. ISO. Twist per inch. Twist per inch of yarn varies from count to count of yarn. So it is depends upon the twist. If the twist varies by count of the yarn. Every yarn has separate yarn count and the twist per inch. Basically, the lighter or finer yarn count number small, the more the twist per inch, and vice versa. Basically, this you have to understand the lighter or finer yarn. It is lighter or the finer yarn count numbers are small, and the more twist per inch. So more the twist per inch, lighter or finer the yarn, and the yarn count number will be small. So there is a direct relationship. More the twist, finer the yarn, as you already know, and the same way the yarn count number will be less, that is a small yarn count number. So direct relationship, that is the more the twist, finer the yarn, stronger the yarn. In the same way, more twist per inch, either finer or the lighter yarn, and the yarn count will be small or the less. More twist per inch on the yarn, small yarn count. Less twist per inch in the yarn, big yarn count. There are 4 types of systems used to find out the yarn count. How many systems are used? There are 4 systems. That is, one is the direct system, that is mass per unit length. Mass per unit length. That indirect system, there are tex and the denier. 2 systems is used. Indirect system, that is length per unit mass. The calculation will be length per unit mass. In that also English cotton count, metric systems, many systems are used. Third one is the universal system, and the fourth one is the folded yarn count. These are the systems used for the finding or the calculation of the yarn count. 4 systems: direct system, indirect system, universal system, and folded yarn count. So in general, you understood introduction about the yarn twist and the yarn count. Next, you have the multiple choice questions. First one is, fine yarns requires dash twist than coarse yarns. Fine yarns requires dash twist than the coarse yarns. So you already know which twist gives a thin and the coarse effect. So first option is less, second option is same, and third is the more. So finer yarn requires dash twist, that is less. No, it is, if it is a less, it will be coarser yarn, but in the question fine yarn. So answer is C, that is a more twist than the coarse yarns. Next is the direction of the twist may be observed by holding the yarn in a dash position. Here in the description you understood how will you identify the direction of the twist. That is, direction of the twist may be observed by holding the yarn in a dash position, that is the parallel position, first option, B horizontal position, C vertical position. So the direction of the twist is observed by holding a parallel, not correct answer, horizontal also not correct answer, it is by holding in a vertical position. So C is the correct answer, that is the option C. Third one is more twist per inch on the yarn dash yarn count. So more the twist per inch on the yarn dash yarn count. Yarn count will be what is the yarn count? Say B small, C big. That is more twist per inch, smaller the yarn count. So B is the right choice. These are the options. Answer the next is the descriptive assessment questions. You have to write the answers for these 3 questions. Answer the following questions. Explain the importance of the twist. You have to write the what is the twist and the importance of the twist. Write the objectives of the twist. Next, last one is the describe the yarn count. You have to describe the yarn count. You have to write answers for these questions. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you.